We are ready.
All right, we will open this meeting of October 29th, 2015. Let the record show that Selectman Scanlon is not present. He will be on his way very shortly. This time we'd like to welcome back Joe.
It's really great to be here. Thank you very much. It's
All right.
really great to be away, but it's really great to be back.
I was
We are
hoping for some grilled
going
moose
to
meat tonight.
open the bids of, for the RFP on the solid waste,
Windowsill there.
although we're not going to do anything with them except table it for a couple of weeks for everyone to take them home and read them. First one would be Casella. All right, option one is the weekly solid waste collection. Tuesday, we're just opening the bids, John.
Okay, excellent.
Solid waste collection that Tuesdays east of I-93 and Thursdays west of I-93. And every other week for recyclables. So option one, year one, annual total is $211,000. Pay as you throw $116,000. Per route cost recyclables $95,000. Year two, $217,000. $119,000 for pay as you throw. Per route cost recyclables $98,000. Year three, $224,000. $123,000 for pay as you throw. $101,000 for recyclables. Option two, which would be weekly solid waste collection, Tuesdays, the entire town, and every other week recyclables on Tuesdays, the entire town. Year one would be $226,000. Per route cost, pay as you throw, is $124,000. Per route cost recyclables, $102,000. Year two, option two, is $233,000. Pay as you throw is $128,000. Recyclables is $105,000. Year three is $240,000. Pay as you throw is $132,000, and recyclables is $108,000. 1,000 large wheeled carts are $55 each per unit cost. 500 small 18 gallons are $12 each. The alternate, option three. Oh, okay, there's an alternate option three, weekly solid waste collection, Tuesday, entire town. Weekly recyclable collection every Tuesday, entire town. Year one would be $236,000, which is pay as you throw $130,000. Recyclables $106,000. Year two is $243,000. Pay as you throw $134,000. Recyclables $109,000. Option one, year three, $250,000. Pay as you throw $138,000. Recyclables $112,000. That's from Casella.
We better buy our own truck.
We'll see if they've got a cheap one for sale.
The $500,000 one,
Like we can afford $500,000 right now.
And just a while ago.
That's okay, Pat. You don't take that. 'Cause I gotta make copies.
All right, this one is for waste management. This must be a prize, because they don't want you to get in it.
Drum roll, please.
Knife, please. Got their knife on them.
OMG. Mine's out in my truck.
Catherine?
Here.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry. What?
Which one?
John, how you doing?
Which one you can throw it better?
I throw mine closed, it hurts more.
Not if you do it right.
Okay, there is no bid for waste management.
No bid.
No.
Okay.
So, we will take a thanks, Jane. Put this on the agenda in the next couple of weeks, and we'll take a look at it and see where we want to go from here.
Those are the only two responses?
Yep.
Who else did it get sent to?
Joyce, can you answer that? Who else it got sent to?
Well, they got sent to every licensed hauler for the town. And also Witcher up in Warren, who's a licensed hauler, but he has the contract for Northwood.
I was speaking with somebody I know from Kennard who claims they never received one. The only reason that came up was he had heard that it had gone out to bid. And I said, well, I've been gone for a little bit. I know it's gone on, but I don't know for an absolute fact that it has. And,
There's no closing on the bid. There was no closing
There's no
date.
closing.
okay.
There's no closing
We
on it.
can call them and talk to them.
I'm sorry, so you've already read our competitive bid. There was a due date for the bid.
But there's no closing on the bid, though.
But you've already read our bid aloud.
We can deduct it from that.
We can deduct it from getting out there, so, or we can redo it. We haven't made a decision, Dave. We have no
My
idea.
question was solely based on, hey, I thought everybody got the bid. And maybe they did, and this person just didn't know, although he's the guy the bid would have gone to. But that still means nothing.
Allgaier, he's the president, and I sent it through your website.
Okay, well, it is what it is. I have to assume that you'll be hearing from them once they find out that, or maybe not. Maybe they just decided no and didn't move it any
We'll talk to
further.
them.
We have much to
I don't
dis...
care. One or the
Much
other.
to
I have no
discuss.
interest in this.
We told
Thursday.
Dave that we would open this,
7 days.
look at it. We opened it, looked at it. We're not going to deal with it. We have way too much on our agenda to
Well, I really
process
want to
it.
go over the figures anyway,
Same thing
and
you just did.
I heard them, but
We'll be in touch with, the next 3 or 4 weeks anyway. All right, next on our agenda, moving right along. Chief's report, but we don't have a chief, we have a captain. Our chief is,
still in Chicago.
no,
Oh, he's at the baseball.
I am going to say it, he's at the Patriots game.
Well, hey,
I'm glad you were here.
if he's gonna miss this, that would be a reason.
We're all going to get out of here so we can watch the game.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah,
That's not happening.
all right,
Sun's still up.
next.
Nice.
All right,
So, calls for the week since last Thursday.
you're passing those out to us or no?
Sorry. He's not used to the routine, he doesn't do it often enough.
He doesn't want to do it often enough either, unless there's a pay that goes with it.
Thank you, Captain.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where's the rest of this? Oh, this is yours. That's the top to that.
Oh, that's the top, yeah.
Don't get it all mixed up now.
It's in order, but it's still out of control.
So, total calls for the week since last Thursday are 368. Made 9 arrests, some for drug possession, receiving stolen property, several warrants, and some driving offenses. One note was Brian Watson was caught violating his bail conditions and his bail was revoked.
What did you just say?
Brian Watson?
His bail was revoked?
I thought the hearing was coming up on the 6th.
He was caught violating his bail.
Yes.
They automatically take them in then. When you,
But then there's a hearing to keep him on
Yeah, then
November
they,
6th.
right. Very nice work.
There's been no major new cases taken by detectives, but they are continuing to identify property owners from the large amount of stolen property that recovered. And as far as training goes, Officer Paquette's been trying to get all the officers their annual firearm certification. It's been broken up into several groups over the year. We're coming to the end of the year, and we have to send our paperwork into Academy to let them know everybody's been qualified. Detective Buffington's going to be attending a polygraph seminar in November, and Sergeant Morrison's going to be going to a Primex training November 4th over in Meredith. Let's see, the Chief's old car, the remanufactured engine. We made the purchase by phone. They sent paperwork for confirmation. We've sent the paperwork back. So once they receive that paperwork, they're going to ship it to the highway garage. The paperwork for receiving the engine's been dropped off to Arthur so he can go over it, make sure everything's there, it's correct. Then we send that paperwork back, the core paperwork plus the warranty paperwork, so the warranty is not voided.
so what you're saying is the engine's in the mail?
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
It's in the mail.
Yes. And then we have 30 days to send the core back. The 5A, I was driving in that a little bit this morning, doing some coverage, and I did notice a suspension noise. It could be because it needs some lubrication. I'm going to have that checked at highway, and if it's something more, we'll send it in for warranty work. I don't know of any other issues with any of the other vehicles. And then we get to the building. The parking lot is beautiful, but it still needs some stripes. And I was talking with John Van Tassel, and he said it's kind of weather dependent. Whether the temperature has to be above 50 for the paint, I guess, to adhere right and dry correctly. So we've been waiting for that. Today wasn't the best. As far it was good.
Has to be non-wet first.
Yeah, that too.
Not wet, warm.
Get rid of the pine needles. So, and then there was one of the electronic door strikes is malfunctioning on the man door to the garage. So I've ordered a replacement lock. So. Should I bring up the radio system with the building? Okay. As far as expenditures, there's some expenditures this week for materials for the file cage. The chief had talked about some of the unmarked cruisers needed to have preemption units. I guess there was a concern over some of the cruisers going through intersections and not having preemption. So those self-contained units have been ordered.
Those are for the lights?
Well, there's one issue with the lights. From what I've been told, they only work on code 3, not code 2.
Correct.
Can we, I asked the chief, wire it so they work in code 2 when the vehicle is in gear only, so when you put it in park, it would shut it off.
My concern with that would be is if you were somewhere on Laconia Road between the overpass and Wendy's and you go to stop a vehicle, you might be changing traffic intersections at 3 different intersections and not...
But I've also watched them come down 132, come to the 140 lights, everything's red, they pull behind the left turn lane, and the poor guy has no clue what to do, because he's got a red light, the green is for cross traffic, and to me, it's an accident waiting to happen.
We're certain it was a Tilton Cruiser?
Oh, yeah, and your corporal or someone was in the mobile station at the same time. If you want, I can give you the date and time, because I kept that one.
Okay. I mean, that's simply advising the officers they need to use code 3 when going through the intersections, because...
Well, yeah, all I'm looking for is to get the lights changed so the traffic can get out of the way and no one gets hurt.
Right, well, and code 3 also activates the siren as well as
Right.
the preemption, so it would be better if they use code 3 through the intersections when...
How much are these preemption units?
It depends on who you get them through.
Yeah.
If we go through a certain vendor, they're about $400. I get them through an online vendor for about $150. So I prefer to go through my vendor.
They can't run...
And who wires them?
Osby Mountain.
Okay.
So they can't run outside of the light bars? I'm just looking...
These are self-contained units. They're separate from the light bar.
Right.
And they will, you can mount them to the dash or the inside glass.
But right now, the way they're wired, it's only when code 3 is activated that they come on.
Correct. And we do have, in most vehicles, an independent switch to activate them.
Okay. Just, it's rare for me to see them when they're going through exit 20 with just lights. So they're not...
Right. They're either not hit
Right.
independent. And part of that was because, so you could have it on in code 2. You activate code 2, you hit the
Right.
independent button, and that way, if it's midnight, you're not going with sirens down through town.
Right.
All that stuff, but if I can find out the car, I'll check to make sure it's working correctly, and then go from there. But also, I'll advise the officers if they're going to a call during regular, normal hours.
Yeah, this was like a Saturday afternoon.
Okay, yeah, they should be using code 3, so.
Okay, and we won't read aloud what's right there.
Oh, that's your creation?
7.
Okay. Moving on to staff. So today, we had several officers take PTO. They had their 4-hour blocks today. Officer Dawson took PTO, Officer Gilman, and Officer Ort.
Isn't there a limit?
There is a limit, however, we did have the coverage, and they were only 4-hour blocks, so they weren't technically overlapping each other. So it was like being down 1 guy versus 3.
But isn't that contractual? If there's so many, or no?
I believe I can reject excessive amount of overtime. Again, we
Pay
did
time
have...
off, right?
Yeah, we did have the coverage,
Okay.
so... And let's see... Our chief's back from the convention in Chicago. Sergeant Morrison's on PTO this week. He's using 4 days of PTO next week. I'll be using PTO the following week, the 9th to the 13th.
Are you taking a look at the hours that we have for our accumulations? Because we're getting close to the December time.
I've looked at Morrison's and myself. I've put them on one calendar. So we try to have someone here from administrative
No, I'm looking, what I'm...
as far as patrol.
No, what I'm trying to do is, is anybody looking at the cumulative pay time O numbers so that when December comes, they're not all buying it out at one time? and that they're taking vacation time instead of purchasing.
Right.
Are they, is some going to lose it, pay time off?
I don't think anybody's going to lose any. I'll have to look at it again. We're kind of like, we got some people that are got a high amount, we got a lot that are kind of in the low amount, so we'll have to look. I don't foresee a lot of buyout, though.
It's supposed to be managed over the years, so somebody isn't banking tons of hours.
Right, and they know they can only roll over a certain percentage.
No
That's
special
usually-
requests this year.
Right, and that's usually figured in to why they're carrying so many hours. Like, I'm carrying so many hours, but because I don't have to roll over at least, well, the max, 40. Because I need to have that in the bank in case I have to stay home with the daughter. But I can look at that. See how that can cool. Sergeant Morrison's has scheduled a lot of time off in November and December, but he's spread it out, so it's here, there, here, there, here, there. So he's still working.
You see the one that will be ultimately managing that?
I think it would affect him the most, so he and Luke will be, Luke usually puts out this time of year to be like, plan your vacations and accordingly for schedule, shift coverage.
I was looking, and I found some hour meters for cars under $10. So I was thinking the ones that don't have odometers, since mostly the time they don't drive anywhere, they're detail cars, and that would help track for, oil changes and stuff like that. And virtually it's 2 wires to connect them up. You just connect up to any live circuit. The other options are fixing the odometers, which so it's a common problem with the Fords and a couple other makes that some of the resistors on the service mount resistors have to be reflowed. For maintenance and stuff, it would be a good idea to have some way of knowing either how many miles or how many hours the car is. Miles would probably be best because detail.
Right. Those cars, when they switched to digital odometers, they included an hour meter. Like, you can't read that because it's part of the odometer.
Yeah.
It's all digital and it's the only way to read it, as far as I know, is Arthur has the tool to read it, but it's hard to get it down there weekly. It's usually only when we take it in for oil change, some other maintenance, special treat it.
Yeah, I found them online for anywhere from under $10 to $30 each, and it's just like you have on a tractor or a boat, and they just connect right up to the either fuel pump or ignition, and would be completely separate, and you don't have to. I can send you a link to it or something if you want.
Yeah.
I think the Chinese made the $10 ones, but I think the cars probably half of the parts are anyway.
As far as events go, we got Trick or Treat downtown tomorrow from 4 to 6. Trick or Treat at the Tanger outlets from 5:30 to 7:30. And then the 31st is townwide Trick or Treat from 5 to 8. As far as tomorrow goes, we're going to try to have Main Street closed at 3:30 to help the businesses so they can get set up. I've got Officer Paquette, he's going to be on his mountain bike, so he'll be in the area. I got the detectives, they'll be around to help out downtown. Officer Ort will be here with several explorers. I don't want to commit to all of them, but several explorers, and Corporal Pinot and Officer Appleby will be the duty guys, and they'll be down here too.
Will you have any signage up in the morning, warning people that Main Street will be closed and anyone parked on Main Street will be there for the duration?
I don't have that type of signage.
The speed trailer can't generate a sign?
No, it just says, two initials. It's either FL for flash or BL.
So what are you going to do to get cars off of Main Street that don't know it's going to be closed at 3:30? Besides trapping them in there?
Well, we just don't want traffic traveling through so much, so we're going to have to, I guess, have the explorers go through downtown and start telling people,
At 3 o'clock?
get them down there as soon as we can. So probably, if someone's in a hair appointment, they might need more time than just 3 o'clock to move their car.
We could always escort some cars out if it had to. I mean, we can't trap people on Main Street.
No, but we need to think about next year. So we need to think about signage and have it made now for next year if we're going to
Yeah,
continue
that's
this
a
throughout.
good idea.
Because
Maybe we should look at variable message boards.
something.
Flashing signs?
DOT uses them all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Solar ones.
We'll have a sign up in Riverfront Park by next year, so that could have been used.
Gail, did you have something to say?
Would it be inappropriate use to use the alert system on our website?
That would help those who are connected to it,
Residents and, yeah, those who are connected.
but it's not going to help transients. But that's a good idea.
Can post it on the website if it isn't already.
Get Tim to post it on the alert system tomorrow.
I'll try to get with Highway to get some barricades.
Put it on your Facebook.
Snow removal, starting at 3 o'clock.
We got those signs, that would always
do.
work.
Got those signs already. No parking on Main Street, snow removal.
You just put a white sign taped over it, ghost removal or something.
Most crossing.
Yeah, ghost removal would be.
And Tilton Townwide Trick or Treat is 5 to 8 on,
Saturday, the 31st.
How are our newest officers making out?
Very good. Officer Appleby, it seems like he works every day. I think he's one of those guys that likes to work. So anytime there's something overtime or detail, he's working.
Well, good for him, good for us,
Good for
apparently.
us, yeah.
And the other officer,
Officer Murray?
that's
Officer
right.
Murray, she's doing well. We've been testing her PT at intervals to make sure she's ready to go. And
He's tougher than I am, from what I hear. He's
she's,
a hockey goalie and whatever.
I think she's
Have you
going to do
tangled
well.
with her?
No.
I think she's going to do well, and it's going to be good for the town, so.
Well, good.
any other questions for Captain Martin? All right. Looks good to me. You got any questions for us?
Not at the moment.
All right, so we will see you tomorrow, trick or treat time, or you won't be here? You'll be down trick or treating with your daughter?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, I appreciate it.
Captain,
Thanks.
good to see you, buddy.
All right, we'll take a look at the minutes of October 6th.
Just the one thing was to change, that I saw. Page 2 at the
Outstanding.
top to add the body camera, taser body camera.
What page?
Page 2 at the top. It says, Selectman Scanlon asked about the taser data usage. Just want to add the word body cam.
Instead of taser?
or also?
You could add also, because they're the manufacturer.
Taser and body camera data usage.
Or would just be,
I thought Taser
Taser.
made the body cameras.
yeah.
So it's just the body camera usage.
Yeah,
You
we
want to
have
know about the tasers as well, or you?
No.
Taser,
Just-
he's saying Taser body cameras.
Okay, got it.
Taser
Yeah.
made the body cameras. We wouldn't have to put Taser in there necessarily.
Right, just body cams. Any other questions, concerns, deletions?
Under the fleet, the trade of the Expedition wasn't it a 2011, not a 2001?
Oh, yes. Good catch.
Page 3. Under fleet, trade of, should be the 2011.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes of the October 6th as corrected.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Joyce, you want to bring that senior center roof RFPs? Can we take care of those now?
Yeah, I put them on your desk. They should be right up there.
Her other right? Check into the pile.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, she was right, it was the right.
Oh, we have, looks like 3 RFPs. The first one is from Guyman Construction, G-U-I-M-O-N-D. And that bid is to $13,996. This is to replace the roof of the outbuilding. We have Forever Metal Roof Company. The bid is $10,800. We Remove and dispose of existing metal, install synthetic underlayment. Everlast link panel color includes new drip edge, rave edge, ridge edge. So that's Forever Metal Company.
No, there it is.
We have Dan Chapman Construction. Remove existing, dispose, check soundness. The current install Grace Triflex premium underlayment over existing boards, install corrugated metal roof over the Triflex to match as close as possible to the main building roof. $10,350.
What a horse race.
So that's the three. They're very comparable.
What was the first one?
First one was $13,996. The second one was $10,800. So I'll make a motion to go with Dan Chapman for $10,350.
They quoted all the same?
Yep.
For sake of discussion, I will second the motion.
Okay, discussion.
If they pull up that roof and discover that there's pieces of wood need to be replaced or what have you,
They're all-
that's outside the scope of,
No, they're all installing a underlayment underneath.
it doesn't mean plywood.
It's a synthetic underlayment. They all have that.
Pressure to refresh the terminal. 5/8-inch plywood sheathing on the entire roof area.
All right, that's their underlayment.
They all,
Triflex underlayment on the entire roof for thermal and moisture protection. 29-gauge master rib black metal roofing on the entire roof. Metal rake, ridge cap, and eave trim metal. We'll install a ridge cap. Ridge cap?
Ridge cap.
Isn't
Ridge
that just
cap.
a sloping roof?
No,
Does it have a
It's the
little peak?
cap, yeah, the peak.
yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought it just pitched from front to back.
No, it has a peak. So is that the same?
Price to remove
Can I see that
existing
first?
metal
come here.
roof disposal roofing.
Thank you.
And
Check soundness of existing boards under current roof.
so they've done that, and they're not proposing to replace any.
No, he's saying...
He's saying he's going to do that when they take the metal off of it.
Install Grace Triflex premium underlayment over existing boards, corrugated metal roofing. This one's not telling you what kind of roofing he's using, and it doesn't tell you what gauge.
No. An underlayment in my world
And
is like
he's not putting on a
Tyvek or
ridge cap.
something.
I think it's probably just missing information on there,
You have to put a
because
ridge cap on it.
I don't think you can,
It comes
There's a lot
together
of
like
stuff
that.
that's not on this estimate.
Well, he read the bid. What about the first one?
The bid does not tell them exactly what to do. It just says for the replacement of the metal roof.
So the RFP doesn't say anything about the wood underneath.
All bidders must provide the following:
Right, because this one says install synthetic
a
underlayment over the
detailed
roof areas.
description of the proposed metal roof system product, including, but not limited to, the width gauge underlayment material as prescribed by the manufacturer's 30-year warranty, which will cover the entire roof area. Well,
none of that's on there?
Doesn't say anything about plywood or wood.
install corrugated metal roofing. Doesn't tell you any.
Corrugated, as opposed to standing seam?
Yeah, this is corrugated.
Got bumps in it.
Bumps.
Ridges.
Tons of them.
That's what it has existing now.
Yeah.
But that's an old term
Basically
for a metal
existing,
roof.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one isn't addressing the sheathing either.
Well, they bid on what the RFP was, and if it needs wood underneath, that's going to be a separate issue. The way we are right now. Am I correct?
Well, but here's the thing. So if you contacted this one, the first one that went through, they've got everything covered.
The wood?
Yeah, this has new fascia boards.
This has,
Eaves, new rakes.
this includes drip edge, rake edge, ridge cap, and new boots.
Yeah, that
Boots
sounds-
with fascia, isn't it?
The boots around any pipes.
I don't know what that is. I never heard the expression new boots, except when I put them on my feet. So I wonder what would happen if you called that one and said, what would your price be without the plywood? Then you could at least have a comparison with these two. This one,
We don't want,
this one doesn't have enough.
we had trouble with this one.
Okay.
Well,
the
if you're
main
gonna
roof.
ask for him deducting, then you should ask the others for the addition of the,
That's right, well, then
That's
this
true.
one you need to
And then
have.
decide.
It would be between that and this one.
that way we'll know if we need it.
And this one you
Got a
need to
worst
more
case,
identify, what is he putting on for a roof, especially the gauge of the metal. And we don't want a corrugated metal roof.
Why don't we?
Huh?
Why don't we? It's what's on there now. It's what's been on there for 50 years or whatever, right? Why don't we?
Well, some of,
I'm just asking.
some of the new standing seam are much more rugged. They don't, they lay flatter. They have less,
More opportunity for leaks in a corrugated roof.
they attach better.
More opportunities to what?
Leaks.
It doesn't lie on there nice and flat. I have a corrugated metal roof on the back of my shed. And,
So does it leak?
oh, it leaks.
How old is it?
When it rains.
Yeah, only when it rains.
Only when it rains. 5 years.
Okay, so what do you propose? I don't mind going into non-public and telling you about this one.
Okay. I think we need to contact these two and get a better comparison.
I'm going to take 5 minutes and go into a non-public quickly. Make a motion, we go into non-public as per RSA 91A:3.
Yeah.
That which discussed in public would adversely affect the reputation. Roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Red eye.
Seal the minutes of the non-public as they pertain to adversely affecting the reputation till the matters are resolved.
Second?
Roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes. All right, so we have, we're going to go back and ask information
Oh, you're a
on
math teacher.
2 of the proposals. And then we'll bring it to folks next week, but next week's the first week in November, which is when this person is going to start. All right. Tim did say there was going to be money in the budget to do it, so. I will rescind my earlier motion on,
Second.
awarding the bid.
We have a Public Works Director?
Is Johnny here first?
This is truck.
Hi.
Is Johnny here first?
Yes, he's here too.
All right, Dan, can you hold on for a few minutes and, all right. Johnny, can we make this quick? Come on up. Come on up, we're waiting.
I can make it quick, Joe. Motion two.
Getting loose?
We're gonna,
Filled all the tickets.
all right. Why don't you give your report, and perhaps maybe we can take a look at winter maintenance next week or not? He's got to leave, and we got to take.
I got some time, it's fine.
Okay.
Report this week basically is, we're in the middle of our fall cleanup. So, and that's been running pretty smooth. Steady. This weekend, Saturday will probably be the big day. You know, we'll all be there for that. And we've been trying to do some little odds and ends while it's going on, because you can run it this time of the year, or this time of the week, with a couple of people. It helps sometimes to have everybody, but... So, like this morning, we went and checked roads before we started, because it starts at 9. And our roads did great.
Nice.
So they held up good, because I knew the storm was coming. So Tuesday, I sent Larry and Fred out, and they cleaned all the catch basin covers and quite a few asphalt swells and stuff in preparation. And we really didn't have any problems except for at the Riverfront Park.
Although I did see Jocelyn Lane.
I was going to say, what about Jocelyn Lane? When I came through at 6 o'clock,
That's
Right
not
here
our
past
road.
the...
Our road.
That's
Down by
private.
Morrison.
well, they had a
Private road onto Route 3.
They had a lot of it down
good
on
amount
Route
of
3.
gravel on Route 3.
On Route 3, yeah.
I'm surprised it's, sooner or later, the state's going to go...
Did you happen to see Lake Manville?
Lake Manville. Yes, I did, and that'll be part of my update.
Okay.
I talked to,
Say
I forget his name. Joe. I talked to Joe the other day, and
Shake.
he's good with us going in and doing what we need to do. I was talking to him about the possibility of doing a French drain, because if we could do that, we wouldn't need the, as much culvert pipe. But, yes.
French drain.
Oh, a French drain is basically, it's a ditch that's open.
That pretty much sounds like a French drain.
Yeah, so it's open and it allows the water to just run through it.
Okay, good enough.
But
You could say ditch for those of us who,
No, it's a little more than a ditch.
It's-
There's stone and,
yeah, but he said that the bottom of that pipe, because obviously I didn't dig down in there, is about 8 feet down, so that'd be way too deep. I would. He said it was about 8 feet down from where's the top of the pipe there.
I don't remember it that deep.
Well, what I'll do is I'll make plans on putting it all culvert, and if there's the option, I'll discuss it with him further, and we could do the open drain. Is that better?
the ditch.
Are you talking about an open drain on his property?
On his property, but I can do it with culvert. I'll
I have to go culvert past where he wants the permanent driveway.
Exactly, it would be like we come out to the end of our pipe, do the open drain and French drain, out to where his driveway is gonna be, and put a culvert in there, and then, it would just be open. It actually would kinda look, you can dress it up, it'd be nice. But, so I'll keep the options open on that.
Dress up a
So he's all good with that, so I'm waiting till tomorrow morning for the rain to dry. I don't wanna go down and try to dig safe and have everything wash away.
If we're going to have any type of our drainage on his property, and you saw what the boundary is, then we need some sort of an easement to go on his property to repair.
Okay, I'll...
Sewer commissioners have an easement that they use that might be used as a
Okay, yeah, I'll talk to
We should have
him.
agreement on file.
All right, I'll talk to him about that.
We
and I'll-
record those, don't we, Joyce?
Yes, we do.
They actually go on a deed
Yeah.
for the property, so if he sells the property.
Yeah, so we should make sure we have that.
Okay. It's pretty reasonable, pretty agreeable, so,
Nice man.
yeah, I don't think he would have a problem with it, but I can't guarantee it. So, I plan on trying to get on that next week and get that finished up. So, I was gonna try to paint the bridge today, because like I say, we can do some odds and ends. And I'm glad I didn't, because it was nice, everything was drying up good, and we're getting ready to get the machine on the trailer to go over, and you can see this dark ominous cloud coming. It wouldn't have been pretty, so we called that off. Unfortunately, I still have to get up, do the repairs for the Grange, it's just that time of year, we're trying to get everything all done at once.
Well, with this water, it would have gone back into our kitchen. Can you check that, Jane, tomorrow? That's the problem that we don't want to try to avoid.
Right.
We've spent $20,000 in that kitchen alone.
Right.
We don't want it to be ruined.
So I'll try to make that a priority, because I was planning on trying to fix some of Riverfront Park, the walkways, the trailway there. You actually got erosion going on, a lot of erosion. I was thinking we'd go asphalt it, but it's a long stretch.
That would be a Parks Department thing, I think. If we were going to asphalt part of the park, we'd have to, that
Have
would
to get
have,
approved from the park commissioners.
Yeah, and we could do that, but
Park
for now, we
people,
will try to straighten it up again. And I'm going to see the parks Monday anyway, so.
there you go. You
Not
can
this coming
discuss it with
Monday.
them.
Not this coming Monday?
Right?
No, we met this past one, I think, so it'd be 2 Mondays.
2 Mondays.
2 Mondays from now.
Are you going to straighten up the park or the Parks Commission?
Yes.
Both.
Okay, got it.
Either
There's a
way.
washout on the dirt trail over
That's
on
a
the
win-win for us.
Black Swan border. They have talked about a couple of things to divert water across there. One is something the state forestry uses, which is like a, big conveyor belt thing. They usually get them from the Sawyers, burying it into the ground on a 2x6 so that it diverts the water, but if somebody was to walk on it, it would push it over.
It sticks up an inch or so.
So it's like this,
Yeah.
in the ground, out of the ground, so somebody came along,
Yeah.
but it pops back up. We've talked about trench drains, but trench drains don't work well in the dirt. They
No.
really work well in concrete.
Concrete, asphalt.
So you could go down, a couple sections of concrete and put a trench drain in there somewhere, but then the question is, where would you divert it to?
Yeah, wherever we divert it
Would you
to.
send that down? I mean, was that a pipe all the way? I don't know. So there's been some talk.
Right.
So maybe when the guys are over there, you could,
I'll go over and try to look and
Try to
take
come
some
up with
pictures and, I may or may not. They do have some new culvert pipe out there nowadays, sort of almost like the French drain thing.
It's a ditch, folks, a ditch.
It's a culvert pipe, and basically it's built in a V shape with a flat top. You put it in, you anchor it onto the next piece, and so on and so forth, and it runs along the top of the ground. Well, within the ditch that you build for it. That might be one option. At least I got a couple of weeks now to think about it, but we'll try to straighten it up tomorrow before the weekend gets here and everybody starts heading down to the park. We did get the brush pile out of there today.
oh, thank you.
So, I did something a little different this week, trying to learn my Google Drive a little bit better. I believe I sent you the weekly update schedule onto your Kindles here,
Saw
or
that.
not Kindles, but tablets.
I don't think
I emailed 'em.
I got the,
We got the winter maintenance.
I got the winter maintenance, but I didn't get the...
Weekly work schedule?
I got the
Yeah,
schedule.
When did
weekly
you
work
send it?
schedule. I sent it later, it was this afternoon.
Oh, I got it.
I got it.
Yep, 442.
That's why.
It's just an attempt to save a little paper and a little ink, you know, if I'm sending you the same thing.
Got it.
I know that sometimes some people don't like that, but, because what my intention was with, especially with this winter maintenance policy, I think it's gonna be more than one night's worth of work. And I don't wanna have to, it's 13 pages long. I don't wanna have to make a new 13 pages every week.
Yeah.
So if I can just email you updates on it as I go, and then we can discuss it here for more, then I think it would go more efficiently, but...
I have the PDF, the original file.
You have
But
what?
I have the original file on my computer because I'm the one who wrote that.
Oh, you wrote this?
If you want to be able to change it in your computer.
Oh, okay, because I was trying to do it in the Google's document. It's just a more or less updates, not a lot of changes.
Oh, you've, it's like, I think on the front page it talks about storing it at the ball field.
And we don't do that
We
anymore.
don't do that anymore. I mean, it's that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because I was putting it on, I was trying to dress it up with Google's Drive, and I did it, it was working great. And when I tried to send it, it just, something got lost in transition, I kept messing with it. And then here, when I would go to make copies, I finally gave up. Somehow I lost all the changes I made, so I'm sitting there frantically trying to write on the paper what I put down. So,
I'll send it
If
to you
you're in
Monday.
Google, if you're in Google, you should be able to go back in your revision history and.
yeah, I'll
pull-
have to get with Tim for that, because I'm just not that familiar with this yet.
I prefer Microsoft, but
I
you
was
can
gonna
do
say, I
that.
don't like Google.
Yeah, I'm trying to get familiar. I'm starting to
Not
move
Google
the...
fans.
The benefit of Google is we could all be modifying it at the same time, and you can see other people making changes.
With all our own ideas, it's
Yes.
not a, it's, yeah.
Be a good document.
He's being
No, it should have an A. No, it should have a
Are
the.
you able to look at the sidewalk on Church Street where the water's flowing over into Beverly Haynes Drive?
I have taken pictures, I didn't get a chance to, I was gonna download them and send them to you.
You got an idea of how we can prevent that from filling our driveway? I don't know if opening that old
I talked to...
French drain
Now, this
is
one's not
gonna
French.
work, because that's gonna leave quite a gap in her driveway.
Right.
She'll lose part of her driveway if that gets opened up.
I can talk to her about what she wants to do. I did talk to Bob Doubleday, who's now the patrolman at the 140 shed, and he got a hold of his bosses, and he double-checked on it for me today. We have permission to open it back up, the culvert that goes into the storm drain.
The one in her driveway.
The one in her, it's not actually, I want to skid that a little bit, because
Well-
her driveway's actually on the other side of the house.
Yeah, but it's on her property.
It's on her property.
I think you're gonna have,
There's some things I can do. For instance, if I open it back up, I can build a small drop inlet with a iron grate on it, that you should be able to drive your regular vehicles in and out over. Because it shouldn't be, I'm not even sure how deep this thing is yet. I wouldn't think it's that deep, but we'll have to get in there and see. And she'll have to know that this is only,
there's another one of those easement things,
well,
because I'm pretty
Is
sure
that our
that...
problem?
that's not our,
Our
it's actually a
problem
state
is-
road.
Yeah, but our
It's a state
problem,
road and it's on
Okay.
someone else's property.
but our problem is the water is coming down, not on the state road, it's coming down on our land, crossing the sidewalk and filling your driveway.
Yeah, because the story I got, I don't remember if I told you guys or not, the previous owner of the house had decided for whatever reason to plug that up and maybe make more yard out of it, but it stopped the water from going into the storm drain from the yard, and the yard is lower than everything else around it.
It's the
So
bottom.
it catches it, acts like a retention pond, and then it goes on out across the sidewalk onto the road into the catch basin. It was probably, I'm just guessing, put there as an attempt to keep the water off of the sidewalk.
Church Street,
31 Church Street is,
31
Okay.
Church Street. And a lot of the, and here's the thing, if you stand there in a rainstorm, that water's coming out of everybody else's driveway, especially
Yeah.
the church.
yeah, she's at the low point.
She's just at the bottom of the hill. And then I was hoping that when we did something between the sidewalk where it was eroding our sidewalk was about to cave in, that would divert it out. Because it is, we're in a squishy area because it is a Class 2 state aid road.
The only thing that she could do different, if she didn't want us to open that up or even put a drop inlet, would be she would have to bring in enough material to raise her yard. It would still come across the sidewalk, the water, until it gets to the catch basin, but she would have to raise her yard up above the water line and just allow the water to go where it will.
I think before we go to the expense of opening that up, putting in a drop inlet, we need to kind of chew on this more. I would invite the rest of the selectmen to go over there and take a look at it, because it is a Class 2 state aid road.
It is.
So are we fixing a state problem,
Well,
or is it a town of Tilton problem? I don't know. I'm in a gray area with this one.
yeah, the only thing that I can foresee this doing is getting the water out of her yard and hopefully not having it go across our sidewalk again.
I'm more worried about our sidewalk,
Yeah.
quite frankly.
Because whatever happens out on the road is the state's problem.
State's problem, but we don't want our sidewalk to.
I think if you fix that, then I want to invite you to Maple Court, how it comes down, my neighbors, goes across the Maple Court, and then it immediately goes into my yard.
That shouldn't take place.
Well, it's done it for as long as I've been there. And everybody says there's nothing that they can do about it, so this sounds like similar
Well, except our sidewalk
circumstances.
is in jeopardy.
Yeah, it
Like I
is.
said, that's my primary concern. It's like Winter Street sidewalk, it's our sidewalk, it's a state road, but
Right.
the water coming down is slowly washing that away, so pretty soon if you walk on that sidewalk, you're gonna shoo right into the road. Creates a safety hazard.
It does.
All right.
So anyway,
But we do have another problem down on Church Street. If you go further down by the brook, this is more or less for me to ask guidance. I know which way to go, but with your blessing, I'll just get a hold of the homeowner. They have put some material, I guess, through the course of the summer into their driveway and built it better. And now what's happening, though, is the water is running, I think, between the two properties, and then comes out onto his driveway and right out into the road and washes similar but not as bad as Route 3 out here with the very same conditions. But
well, that one we could notify District 3 and let them know that that's taking place. Then they could deal with it.
it was just washing out by your sidewalk, but I can let
Oh, we don't
District
want
3
to wash
know.
your sidewalk away.
But it's a real simple fix from just looking from the road. All you got to do is right up past, behind it there, just go out there with a shovel and divert it back into the woods. But, so I can talk to him if you guys want me to, or I can hand it off to the state.
Well, I'd still let the stake know,
Okay,
but I think if that's going to protect our sidewalk.
then I can talk to him.
But are you digging the dirt on his property?
He would have to dig the dirt.
He
on
would
his
have to dig the dirt, okay. Well, then that's clear,
Yeah.
all right. What do you guys think?
Yep.
Let him dig
Okay,
his
then
own
I'll
dirt?
just swing by, knock, and ask him if he'll do that, but I will make the state aware so that they can,
They need to watch their road.
All right.
So, you guys wanted to talk about the winter maintenance policy? The thing is, I sent you the winter maintenance policy, but you never got any of the changes that I had put
All
on
right.
there.
Can you send us the changes, and we promise we'll deal with it on Thursday?
Okay, then maybe I'll come back here and get if I can,
Work
I'll
with
send
Tim.
it to you.
yeah, I just gotta figure out how to make it work on the changes on the computer so that it looks better. Of course, what I was doing was,
Do you have open office down there, or do you have Word, or what do you have?
I was trying to do it on Google. I can do it probably easier on the computer, which I may do.
Do you, on the computer, do you have Microsoft Office, or do you have Open Office?
I'm not sure. I think it's Microsoft Office, but,
Okay.
I've just been doing Excel and Microsoft and stuff, so.
All right, that's what you got then.
Yeah. I can do it on that. I just may have to email it
That's fine,
save it
too.
into my computer.
Yep.
Because that I can, but I might have to just rewrite it too if I can't get unless there's a version around here somewhere that comes in that I can write on, you know what I mean?
You get that.
You got that.
I have that.
You have that?
That's what I have. I wrote that. It's in my computer.
Oh, awesome. If you don't mind sending that to me, that would be perfect.
I will do that. I'll talk to Tim on Monday.
Okay,
Make sure I send it
'cause
to you in the correct format.
Retyping the whole thing, I'm a very slow
No,
typist.
I'll send it to you in the correct format. I was gonna say, before you do that, you
Yeah,
can send
one-
me
one
the
or two
changes and I'll
fingers.
put them in.
Right.
Dennis was
So,
one.
no, I just figured if I worked with since you guys have the computers, if I just work with those, I can maybe save us some.
Yep.
I don't call that a computer, I call that a...
Well, the thing too is like, I turned something into you guys a week or two ago that was, in order to get it to fit on the page, I had to shrink it down and you guys were kind of squinting at it.
Squinting.
But with this, you can blow it up and
Yep.
read it. So, we're trying to make it easier.
Yep.
All right, I'll get with Tim on, I'll send myself an email.
Sounds good. Any other questions for, oh, go ahead, Dan.
Offer a couple things. Number one is, I don't know if you've been there, but UNH has what they call a stormwater management center. And
It's awesome.
a lot of good information out there. You mentioned, the drainage, they get all sorts of information on impervious cover and that. The other, I don't know if you have a stormwater management policy in the town.
I don't think.
Johnny's just starting with us.
And Dari is skilled in that, that's what he used to do for the state, and he's more than happy to help with that.
Yeah.
Because you might ask the regional planning commission to help with that too, or the stormwater management plan, because the EPA, New England office in Boston, has gotten rather aggressive in stormwater management. There is a statute in New Hampshire now that talks about stormwater management, and says towns should adopt a specific policy about it, but you want to be careful because you don't want to have the EPA come in. Over in Portland, Maine, there was, by the airport, Maine Wallen, it was over there, they had a lot of stormwater issues, and EPA forced them to create a stormwater management district with property owners being assessed thousands of dollars a year to address the stormwater, so it can become a real big issue.
Yeah, I imagine.
Trying to avert things ahead of time, or, the EPA won't come down if you've got plans to do something, but if you haven't done anything, or just sort of dealing with things on a piecemeal basis, there's...
Yeah, so I'll look into that. I think I pretty much doubled our budget this year for classes and stuff so that we can, myself and the crew, get into more of them.
But that stormwater management seems to be a good resource. So far as I know, it's free.
I try to come prepared. Thanks,
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
Are you around tomorrow night for trick-or-treating with us?
It can be.
Want to be a judge?
Oh,
It's fun. You'll
Yeah.
be fine.
does everybody win?
No.
Yes, everyone gets a trophy.
This is real good competition too there.
Yeah, when, what time and where?
They get candy.
Between 4 and 4:15, we start here,
Okay,
all right?
so I just come up here right after work.
Mel can join you.
All right, I'll let her know.
Okay. All right.
It's cute.
You have to wear a costume.
No.
It's very cute.
You'd be the only one.
Well, I wouldn't want to make myself look better.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
thanks,
Thomas,
Jen.
Public Works Director.
There you go. It's all about pretending.
That's right.
Oh, boy, I wish we'd known that before we hired him.
Thanks, Johnny.
All right, thank you.
Guys.
This time, I'd like to shut the camera off for attorney-client. Jane was in on the last one. It's okay for her to be in this one, or?
No.
sign up when you go down?
Of course, I'm fine.
And
Nice.
now,
Thank you, Nancy.
6:58, no, 6:53, and we're back from our recess with the lawyer. The lawyer.
Did we still have,
We have to flip the
was there a
sign
motion or
around
something that we had on? Oh, no, that was,
Okay, you ready?
Motion?
We're all set. I'm going to send out the reminders to everybody for the flagging course. It's going to be next Friday, November 6th. One of us has to be there at 8 o'clock to start setting up.
Say that again?
The flagging course.
Yeah.
Now, I can be there at 8.
Where,
Set up, but I always set the alarm off.
this is,
Going to be?
With certified flagging
I'll
course.
meet you and set the alarm off for
Where?
you.
You will?
Call me and remind me on Thursday to meet you there. I'll come and shut the alarm.
this is November 6th, right?
Is that the
Friday.
senior
It's a
center?
I
Friday.
know, we're closing. I've already told them there's not going to be any.
Friday at the senior center.
And
The seniors.
I think it's at the senior center.
Okay.
Next
Scott,
Friday.
I'll come over and I'll unlock the
Be
door.
covering for Ron O'Keefe because Ron's going to be on
Only
vacation.
5 minutes away.
Scott's going to bring the coffee, muffins, and bagels for the morning, and that he's already ordered the
Pizza.
lunch from T-Hop. And then I guess I just need to, yeah, and they are going to deliver it. I just need to set up a projector, a screen.
That's this Friday, right,
You have to
Joyce?
call Bob Cormier.
The
for that.
6th. The
There's a
6th.
screen up there on the floor. You almost trip on unless you get into the light switch.
So we're all set?
The 6th, yeah?
So I'll see you there. Because you were going to attend, right?
Yeah, why
I'm
is that
attending,
screen
so-
up there lying on the floor?
I
Something
moved it from here. It was laying here.
It was one that was donated to us, was correct?
Okay,
Mm,
so it can go up on the stage.
Right.
The program starts at 8:30 and should be done around 1:30.
I thought the
So-
program started at 9.
You're gonna have to get up early.
I always
No.
get up early.
No,
Joyce,
Pat will.
what time do you want me to meet you there?
All right, so I will send
Choice.
this out to everyone.
What time should I meet you there?
8 a.m.
8 o'clock. Good enough.
And we need to be there at 8:30. Those that are in it, okay. Got it.
Okay.
Yep,
All right, you all got Tim's,
yes,
got the audit?
yep. I make a motion that we accept the 2014 audit and authorize chairman, oh, can't do it.
Then I will make a motion that we accept the 2014 audit and authorize the chairwoman to sign the management representation letter.
We haven't even read it.
I think it is.
I read it.
I read it.
You've read this audit? You went through the whole audit?
I
I just
perused
got
it.
it today.
No, we got it,
I read it, it was on my desk Monday or Tuesday.
I just got handed this today. Oh, we can sign the management letter, I guess. Does that mean we've accepted the audit?
According to the motion I just made, yes, it is.
It's up to you.
I recommend that we take the motion up next week because the selectmen haven't had time to look at it. So you want to rescind that, we'll table it to next week.
Sure.
Okay.
And then,
Gail, can you make sure that we put that motion in, please?
and then the to be signed, there's a corrected budget transfer form. I think he's spoken to everybody about that, except you two, or have
No, he's spoken to,
you- everybody, okay?
No,
except Joe and Peter, right?
Email, but,
with the black hole.
Anybody want this
no, I have a
Email.
JOB.
to sign? Anybody need
That's
this?
wearing thin.
And
I think
also
Catherine
there's
needs it.
a letter to withdraw money, a letter to the trustees to withdraw money from the Road Repair and Reconstruction Capital Reserve Fund, reimbursed for the payment for Canada Bridge.
I move that we as authorized agent, you want to do it? Go ahead.
Well, then I move that as authorized agents for the town roads repair and reconstruction capital reserve fund, we withdraw $20,025.80 to reimburse the town for payment made to I.M. Piper and the town of Northfield for work completed on the Cannon Bridge, and sign a letter instructing the trustees to remit this amount to the town. The balance prior to this withdrawal is sufficient to allow for this withdrawal.
Second.
Thank you very much.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the last thing is a vote, no, you've already authorized him, I guess. Yeah, the withdrawal form.
To be signed.
To be signed folder for $400,000 for CAN to hold us over until December 7th.
A day that'll live in infamy.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And then also, there should be in there a big, thick, black script with just the warrant.
Yep.
I made a joke.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure.
Tax bills will be due December 7th.
When are they going out?
Let's see, she'll probably start tomorrow. Probably by Tuesday or Wednesday, they'll all be out.
Okay. So you'll have a month, yeah? Okay.
So if the board will sign that.
I want to look at that after you're finished with it. Our taxes went up, by the way. We set the tax rate. 20,
The town tax rate went up from the last time I saw it.
$20.20.
What about the town?
Yeah, we went up. Joyce, what was the exact figure of the town rate? It was what? Yep. I want to give it to Joe.
How much did we cut from the police department?
Look at the bottom, because you have to add in the fire district.
So it's $22.97 now, so we went up from...
Tax bills go out on, was Pearl Harbor Day.
They'll be due.
No, that's when they do.
They'll be due.
After that date, it'll be 12% interest.
681. How much did we cut from the police department?
We haven't done anything yet with it. We got it last week. It went down to 1.2%.
And we still, the taxes are...
Well,
It is what it is. Wow.
yeah, we would, if accepted, it's still, with the police, it's still going to be, it went from 3.88% to 1.57% because we're going to take some of this out and encumber it this year.
Still spending the money.
Yeah.
There were a couple other things in the city planning folder. Just trying to do this from memory.
Hawkers and peddlers.
Yeah, there's the Hawkers and Peddlers. There's the closeout for the Windy Hill.
Yeah, what's it?
Didn't we already designate Pat to sign these documents?
Yes. Yep, I said, Pat, okay to sign. There was also the Caleb Hill Road, New Hampshire DOT. And Catherine, you had questions about that, and I know you talked with Tim a little bit, but I don't know if there was any final resolution.
I talked to Tim, and right now, sitting here, I can't for the life of me remember what he said.
I know he said something about,
Oh,
a lot of
he-
it is just
he's-
boilerplate for all municipalities in this.
Well, he said that the reason that they had the clause in there that I was concerned about is to make sure that the money got spent on the project, and not that the town went in and, created this project, engineered it, and decided to leave out drainage or whatever, and, use the money for something else.
Gotta see what my taxes are.
I already knew that. What I was looking at was in not this document, the supporting document of what in there exactly were we going to pertain to. So that's the story.
I have my copy. You need it?
I got it here. But thank you. Right there.
Oh, it's not with the weapon. It doesn't go with the weapon. It's with the training. It's the... Anybody else want to look? You want to look
What?
Your taxes are...
at your taxes?
Sure. It's escrowed, so.
All right, go ahead.
We're going to sign, because right now I just have 2 signatures on.
You get 3.
You can pass
On
it
the
down for the
DOT, you
FYI.
get 3.
Oh, we do? Oh, and there's a poll permit that needs to be signed. There's 3 copies of the poll permit.
Windy Hill. Grislack we're waiting on. Catherine. Why aren't you signing that? 'Cause oh, you don't. Petition and poll.
Yeah, there's 3 pages. And then while you're doing that, I don't have anything to report on Ernie's yet, other than the Superior fences, but they were supposed to start today with the fencing, but because of the weather reports, they delayed it. And I must admit, today was a very strange day.
Beautiful hurricanes. The wind is whipping.
When I went home
Everything
to
but snow.
check on the house, I emptied the wheelbarrow that had out front.
This is Fairpoint.
Must have had a lot of rain, because that wheelbarrow was almost full of water. It's like,
Well, last night,
no, just today, I guess.
it came down again today. I saw the clouds.
I signed that.
So he's going to do that the start of next week. I conveyed all of that information. I didn't hear back from anybody on my email, the summary of our meeting, Pat.
Yep.
So I just went ahead and sent the top portion to Glenn Smith, who spoke to him. And so he acknowledged that he received that, and he also called me and wanted to know what happened to the signs. He said they're okay, the signs are okay.
They blew away.
And I said I was going to call and tell you, I forgot. So I said, call, because they're safely stored at the highway department. So I still haven't received any word yet on the distribution of that.
Thank you.
Let's see, and then on November 5th, Candace Schaefer, she's our Health Trust representative, is available to come in and meet with the board. I haven't told her a time yet, so plenty of time. It shouldn't take more than half an hour. And I uploaded to your dashboard what the rates are. And I was looking for, Tim and I had a spreadsheet of what some various options were and the percentages, but I don't know where we see it.
So do we want to have her in after we listen to the DPW and the chief's report? Or do we want to have her in before that?
I think before that, because they're in a crunch to get out to all their members. And we're kind of getting close to the deadline for making a decision. Because by law, we have to have our notices out to everybody on what plan we're offering. So if we could get them in like as possible and get it out, and then we'll still have time to talk about that.
4:45.
Just briefly, on one of the things that we're proposing, that if we change the amount of co-payment, the premiums will go down 1.7%.
The deductions went down as well?
Pardon me?
The deduction went down, or the,
No, if we increase the amount
deductible?
of the office visit co-pay
okay.
amount, the premiums will go down 1.7%.
And what is the office pay right now?
It's $5. However, that plan, they're not offering anymore. They'll keep it in place for 2016, but after 2016, it will no longer be offered. Their base plan will be the $10 copay.
How many are on that plan?
Everybody but 2.
So it's $10 copay and nothing else?
Yeah, everything else is 100%.
So if we go to a $5 copay,
Well, no, we're
if we,
out of
We're at 5.
so if we go to a $10 copay, we'll save 1.7%?
No, if we go to a $20 copay, we'll save 1.7%.
Go to
I wish I had
$10.
the spreadsheet in front of me.
Let's start cheap. My plan with the school is I pay the first 500, I think.
Yeah, you must have a copay
But this
for
is,
office.
this is
No, I'm
each
paying,
time.
no, it's first 500 is,
Period. Office
and
visits and-
what'll happen is they'll cut the bill based on their rates, but I'm paying that amount.
Well, what we have to consider, though, is...
I get the first 2,000, I have to pay 100%.
Okay, so yours is, yeah,
2,000,
right.
$20 copay for doctor visits.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm at.
And 26,
$2,020.
I think I pay 26 or 28% of,
I thought it was in our
Premium.
2016 budget, but I...
that's what they're doing out there.
Yeah, no, it's,
I pay 100% of my premium.
Yeah.
So I apologize for not being more
Yeah,
prepared.
me
but
too.
we do have some options. And as soon as I can get my hands on the information, I'll send it out to you.
Sure.
All
All right, can you look, so we can
Yeah.
make a sound,
Yeah. But this
reasonable,
would be helpful if you read through this so that if you have questions, she can answer.
and that's in our emails,
Yes, it's in your dashboard.
dashboard,
But I
okay?
printed out copies if you want to.
I
Yes.
would love it. Thank you. Kathy
Yes,
wants-
please. John, do you want a copy?
It's
It's
on,
in your dashboard.
yeah.
And I'll give this to you. And then the other thing I was going to have tonight is our RFP for assessing. And the state has a wonderful template. There's really three things, because they control what we have to do for assessing. There's the general assessing services, and also the update, statistical update, because we're not doing a full reval, and then regular assessing services. So I am using their template and putting in our information, what we have now. And I tightened it up a little bit on the, making sure about the, on the data verifications, that they have to prove that they did interior inspections. And that all communications that are going out from them have to be reviewed by the Board of Selectmen, which they do anyway. And then there's a New Hampshire Assessing Association booklet that lists all the companies and individual assessors, but it's quite a few. But what I thought I would do is use DRAs. On their website, they have a list of all the companies that are certified to do assessing, and send it out via email.
If they're on the DRA website, you know their certification is up to date.
I'm almost done with it. I thought I was going to try and have it for tonight, but rather than hurry and make mistakes, I'll just making progress there. And talk about the solid waste bids, we already did that. So did you want me to call Mr. Allgaier? find out why they didn't respond. He's with Gardner.
Then you'd have to do that for everybody who didn't
I just-
respond. It is what it is, Joyce.
Right.
I'd like to
I'm
know.
the person I spoke with, and then it's in their court. If the president doesn't respond, if the company doesn't respond via their website, you've done your duty.
Specifically asked, the reason I sent it to him, because I've done RFPs with him in the past, was make sure that you get this to the right person.
Yeah.
Because they're so big now.
Yep, yeah. No, my question was only aimed at, were they invited to bid? And apparently they were, and that was my
I think
question.
that's all we can do. I think that we will have to have a discussion on, where to go forward from here, or how to go forward from here, and what we want, and what's in the best interest of the town.
Buy our own truck.
I mean, seriously, that may be an option, but I think we need to go there. Although you send it out to a lot of people, it's like our roof. If one person replied, are we beholden to that one person? I don't think we are. And, I think it's reasonable to expand the scope for a second round and see what comes in. I don't know, but
Expand the scope in what manner?
a larger area maybe, or, we don't know. There might be somebody that may come up in this area, you never know.
Who picks up Northfields?
When is our current?
Witcher.
And did one,
Interesting that he didn't bid.
I think that if he had both communities financially, because he's way up in Warren, it would be more economical for him.
But he didn't bid on ours. Is that correct?
That's correct.
No.
Because he wouldn't do just one, and I don't know if he's going to continue to do North.
I see. That's
I
possible.
couldn't understand where you were going with that.
Out of turn.
Right, exactly.
But that is a possibility
Well-
we should explore.
Well, and if the truck's shuttling back and forth, if you offer him a place to park it, like at Highway,
Yep.
he could hire people local.
Putting private company trucks on town property just sounds like a bad
Yes,
Two
precedent
separate
to me.
contracts,
Somehow.
two separate,
I understand your,
I say yes.
I say yes.
Well, in the past, we've had employee vehicles parked there for long term.
but that's not a private business.
We had a
Well,
mess-
that's a separate issue.
We had the Central New Hampshire Special Operations Unit parked inside our building for years.
So the consensus
Okay,
is
governmental
that we
unit.
want Joyce to check out options.
Well, that's
think
not
so.
a governmental entity, it's a private entity.
Okay, so,
Yes, talk about that.
the whole options thing, when does our current contract lapse?
June 1st.
Okay.
Well, sorry, May 31st.
May 31st, okay. I just don't want this to wait until the last second. Okay.
Okay.
That's all I have.
All right.
We used to do it ourselves.
We did.
The truck got kind of old, and isn't that what happened? Truck was getting a little old.
Was it that, or was it a change from road agent to public works director?
What would that
Doesn't
have
it,
to do?
didn't it have something to do with the co-op?
Nope.
It
It was
didn't?
right around the time when
When
we
that-
moved down here,
Down,
too.
right.
It was space.
Truck.
I thought the truck was getting pretty,
Well, there were there was a change of command, and, yeah, the truck needed some repair work. That's all I'm saying about that.
Which was around the same time that the amnesty process changed.
All right, so we'll move along from there. Yes, Joyce, go ahead and explore. So tomorrow is the children, Halloween, downtown Halloween, from 4 to 6. Also, the Rotary has a haunted house across the street from Onions. And the street will be closed off from 3 to 6 or 6:30.
Get your cars off Main Street.
Yeah, get your cars off Main Street early. And this year, we've added a children's costume contest. We have 4 prizes for the adults, the business owners, and this year we have 4 prizes for the first and second prize for most original, third prize for the funniest, and the 4th prize for the scariest. And Joyce, Kim, Johnny Van Tassel, and perhaps Thomas and Melanie will be judging for the children. And then Joe, myself, if you know, John will be judging, and Catherine, if she's able to make it, will judge for the adults.
Of the adults, for any
He who will
adults?
have the most beer wins. Just kidding.
Just the business owners, the Main Street business owners.
Right,
Why just the Main Street bit?
because it's a Main Street downtown Halloween.
Well, it started that way to get the Main Street businesses
Right.
interested in decorating and competing and
Right.
being in costume and,
Become a whole thing downtown,
So you disenfranchise East Tilton?
yes.
especially East
It's for the
Tilton.
kids.
And I'm
the kids
okay.
that can't walk.
This year, we included the children to receive prizes.
However, we did not disenfranchise anyone because we're closing the street off for entities that wanted to engage in games or trick-or-treats or whatever. Whomever they wanted to be could come in the middle of the street and do that. So Franklin Savings Bank, I believe, is coming in. There's the school, some school is coming in. So we didn't disenfranchise anybody, to make the record
And it's
set.
really cool for a town to do this.
It's a fun community experience.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Walking around in the
I
dark,
enjoyed
we're gonna
it.
be doing anyway on Saturday.
In the middle of Main Street at rush hour.
For kids to do.
And it's coordinated with Tanger.
And this year, the Cumberlands is
Remember
joining
the
in.
little lambs?
Oh,
We gotta
that's
walk up
nice.
to Cumberland.
Yeah, they're
Remember
nice
the
people.
little lambs in the
Yeah.
bag?
Aren't they great?
Best costume I ever saw. 2 little
about the
twin
head shop?
babies.
Yep.
And they were both dressed as lambs.
Yep.
And they were in a radio flyer wagon. Cutest thing I ever saw.
You have one
Right.
down there and one
I'm
across the
not-
street.
Is that the glass
All
blowing
right,
place?
just before we, just
That's
take a
what I was
second
wondering.
before we get into a non-public, I just wanted to announce that the Vicky Virgin 5th Annual Feed the Hungry Drive, we raised just shy of a little over $1,200 and 10 baskets filled with food. So thank you to all
Nice.
that stood out there in the cold. That was awesome, awesome, awesome day. So those that are watching, and there's a pancake breakfast November 7th for the senior center. If you're watching, come join us. It's fun. All right, I am going to make a
Well,
make a motion to enter into non-public per RSA 91A:3, personnel.
Selectmen's report.
Second.
Oh, yeah.
Does that mean the gentleman has to leave?
No, that means Jane has to leave. Personnel.
Second.
Roll call vote.
yes.
Yes.
Jane will be right. Let's just say it.
The time being 8:28, I'd like to see the minutes of the non-public session as they pertain to reputation.
Personnel.
Permanent.
We went in under personnel.
Well, then, personnel, permanently.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so discussing the situation with Fire and Stone, and their signage, I'd like to make a motion to go along with the code enforcement officers' agreement to allow them to move their sign plus or minus 34 feet to the yellow line of the roadway, or plus or minus 4 feet to the front property line from the leading edge of the sign, and plus or minus 2 feet to the side property line. And this is per the boundary plan for tax map R10, Lot 24, dated September 21st, 2015.
Second.
As amended, 1029.
We'll add as amended 1029.
Second.
Discussion.
I don't know if it's legal, but it's the right thing to do, and that's for damn sure.
We're just clarifying it.
I know, I understand that.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Definitely me.
You don't get a vote, but everybody else voted yes.
We're going to write 1029.
To get a vote, you have to commit many hours every Thursday
The
night.
revision, Town of Tilton Selectmen.
Sure. I was gonna put those away, but keep eating.
No, come on. It's not like I don't have plenty of sugar to kill me off.
All right, here's my initials. Right under
Quick
mine.
question, do I have to put anything in as an addendum or anything like that, or are we good to go?
They're good to go.
Good to go.
Hang on to that.
Here, you want to sign off on
Copy of
this?
Can I actually snap a picture of that? 'Cause I didn't make a copy of
Oh, no, that's
that.
priceless.
You
Well,
want-
get it with
Oh,
all
you-
the signatures.
You want to do a selfie? Is that
That's pretty funny.
We can't make a
it?
copy of
Get
that.
home?
Joyce, can we just,
He's on one line, so the J's can go on that.
I just need the spot, just to make sure.
oh, so you can, okay.
Yeah,
I can take it to Staples.
yeah, no, you're fine.
Where are we signing?
I have other.
Well, that's the signed one, though.
Oh, okay.
So we'll take it to Staples and get a copy, and we'll call you and you can pick it up.
You can come and pick up the copy.
That works.
That works?
Let me still.
You're on that,
Yes,
Joyce?
take it just in case.
Pardon me?
We will need a full-size copy. Now,
Let's see here.
and then, the gentleman would receive one of the copies.
Right there. I know I wrote it down at the shop,
With
but
the
I'll
sign,
probably accidentally throw it away.
picture go. Aha, I got it.
Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You guys have a great night.
Yeah.
You too. I hope you get some sleep, buddy.
I got
Oh,
Well, so much for that.
so there's no sleep.
Night.
the picture of the sign.
I have no picture.
John has it, it's wrapped
John,
up in it, I think.
Is it wrapped up in there, the sign?
Picture of the sign is in there with it.
Yeah.
Can you, give these to Joyce so that she can, those go in the file with that.
Now, do you want this filed in the property record card or in the land use office?
In the property record file, right?
Probably both.
Well, I'm sure Al will make a note in his permitting.
Yeah.
What did you say, Catherine?
I'm sure Al will make a note in his permits.
Any documentation,
Maybe copies of the minutes of the motion can go in his file.
In his files, right?
should we send a copy of that to the planning board?
No, the planning board,
Or the zoning board? I mean, there was a lot of,
the zoning board
Permitting.
already ruled on what they ruled on, and so did the planning board.
The
just
zoning,
giving them a heads up, it's all I'm saying.
I believe the zoning was because it was the sign, the
That
digital
was the
sign.
zoning,
setback.
yeah.
Yeah,
That was the
in the
zoning,
sign, in the,
wasn't the location.
right. Okay, let's move right along here. From now on, we cannot schedule more than one appointment at a time. Well, this was an emergency. He asked to come in. Last week, when we were taking down we had the highway take down the signs for the trail, and they moved a couple of signs around. The skateboard sign, Captain Martin went out and showed them what would be the more idealistic place for the skateboard signs. And He had advised us that we should probably purchase another sign or two to go up to the railroad track. Am I right, Joyce?
Yes.
So
But,
we have one over here by Mechanic Street now.
right, so why didn't we put the one that was over here up by Cumbies? Because there's no sidewalk on the other side of the street. So I hope they didn't put it on the other side.
No, they
of the
put it on
street.
this side of the street. Mechanic is the last one.
So that's where they put it. We
Right.
didn't have one there
No,
previously.
no, we did not put that.
Gotcha.
They moved it from
Misunderstood you.
over here up to
Mechanic.
Mechanic. They would, was it one or two more? One?
Two.
Going from the railroad bridge to railroad bridge, I believe it's two that he said that we should probably have coming off of the sidewalk by the Tilton School sidewalk where the wall is,
Yep.
and then coming down by, around by Cumbies, there should be one.
I thought that's where he put the sign, was right in front of Cumbies in the island.
Not the skateboard sign. The Mechanic, he put that up by Mechanic Street.
So what did he put in the island in front of Cumbies?
The
Oh,
no parking,
No parking,
right,
right.
right.
Yeah, well, definitely one coming down from School Street
Is the language on the sign correct?
for the no skateboards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. We haven't
That's
changed-
what it was. It was one over by Cumbies and one coming down School Street. That was it. That was the issue. I'm sorry, I screwed that one up.
That's because someone coming down from School Street wouldn't see either side.
Right. So, what's the board's wish? I say we go ahead and allow them to order 2 skateboard signs.
Second.
Please.
Oh, all those in favor?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a wishy-washy motion there.
I make a motion, we purchase 2 more skateboard signs.
Second.
All right, yes.
If I come down School Street, take Academy Street, cut
Well,
through the
first off,
parking
you have to
lot.
shut up.
We deal with one issue at a time.
Nothing on
All right. Is there any more business that's really important that you need to bring up tonight? Catherine?
You want to talk about the doors?
Oh, yes,
They were a good band.
What?
the Doors.
They were a good band. I'm still waiting.
Ray Manzarek was
I
the
don't believe
guy,
he really
though.
died.
It wasn't that other guy.
It wasn't?
No. Right.
My dog's
now-
named after him.
I want to, the game's on.
Your dog's name Jim Morrison?
It's Mr. Mojo Rising.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely.
All right, the Doors, you've contacted the person, you've got the email.
Yes, I gave everybody a copy.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
That's the guy
When
that
I
can't make
talked
it
to him
tonight.
on the
Yeah. phone
phone about the West system, he's really concerned about it. They use it, but they don't use it in the new way that the company that makes it wants them to use it. It's an epoxy, it's a glue. But you still have to cover it with varnish or urethane, and you still have to maintenance it. His concern is, if we didn't maintenance it, what would the glue look like after all the urethane wore off?
Well, what's the glue doing then if you're covering it with a urethane?
Don't know, it's a new process. This is, this is what he sent down, that he would finish the doors with.
Is that the general exterior 450?
Yeah, and and he says in here, I'm comfortable spraying the general exterior 450, blah, 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 also be town maintenance department. But he said in here, doesn't he say, we'll spray it with anything you want?
Actually, not bad. I just scraped a knife on there and you can rub it
I don't
right
have a
out.
problem spraying anything, he says. But this is what he recommends, is this 450 exterior. And quite frankly, all the companies I talked to, even the ones that chose not to bid, maintenance. And boy, did I get scolded about maintenance. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance.
Rotate the building 180 degrees, get it out of the sun.
Well, one of them
One of them
also
said
suggested we put an awning over the door over here, the one that's the worst, because there is no awning. But again, he said, actually, if we'd maintained it, we wouldn't have that situation. That door, we might have to maintain more than this door.
So they aren't going to go with the west system? So what is 450?
It's general
Your
exterior
hand is on.
450.
What?
It's,
Your hand is on.
I mean, what
it's
is it? Is it-
almost the same as the west system, only they don't put a base of gluing down.
They don't
They
use
just
the glue.
spray it. It's a,
Is it UV?
Yes.
What's the
Yes.
warranty on that?
Yeah,
on the
it is UV.
durability or?
There is no warranty on it.
there's no warranty on the west system either.
No.
But,
You have to make, you
You
have to put
It
the,
depends on how well you maintain it, John.
yeah,
That's your
that's
warranty.
a warranty.
It will stand up to most anything if you continue each year.
Well, I mean, you could
Maintain it.
put a polyurethane varnish on there. If you just maintain
Polyurethane,
it.
the problem with polyurethane sits on top of the wood
It doesn't
and
soak
dries the inside of the wood out over 10, 15 years. And the polyurethane itself in sun will turn yellow and crack. So you definitely don't want to put polyurethane on.
Acrylic
You
varnish or-
want to put an oil so that it seeps into the wood and then it penetrates into the wood and actually preserves the wood. And the west system in this general 450 is going to be something that does.
The one, what is this called?
General exterior 450.
450.
450?
450.
450.
No. I voted no every single time. I think we got too much money involved in those doors, and it's just gonna keep being a thing, and.
So you're gonna do the Rolling Stone thing? I see a red door and I
$5,000
want,
What do you want to do,
doors.
put a plastic one in?
I see a red door and I want to paint it
Yeah,
black.
Anything but
Question I had
paint
Tim
it. We have
answer,
a
and I forgot to sign it.
utilitarian door down here with a crash bar and everything that's totally good for this side of the building.
Yeah, I had a
And we gotta
question on it.
have
I forgot what it was.
$3,000-$4,000 doors on the front.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'm just
Those
saying.
mahogany doors, I am going to vote to put some kind of coating on it because I do not want to lose those doors.
I see a red door and I want to paint it black.
Amen to that. I don't want to get rid of those doors. Those doors are absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. They're spendy.
They're spendy because nobody maintained them.
That is it.
And now from this date on, they should maintain them. What's that?
How much does that cost?
Because
I get you.
it's a complicated question.
Okay, you
It
heard that.
costs less
I
each
felt
year
that.
if you're maintaining it
understand why he's
properly.
fine.
Well, over the
Well, I don't know, how many years have we let it go by?
That my concern is,
8 that I know of.
it's become cost effective.
Yeah, let's motion we don't do it again for another 8
Is
years.
we motion, or we just going?
John's looking it
John's
up.
looking at
that
the,
right.
General
We're
consensus.
we're letting John look it up.
I don't want to pay $900 for each of them.
Yeah. But this is just for.
It's got a 90-day
Right.
guarantee.
But he did. say-
Excellent.
That should get us through the winter.
No, I don't think so, but that's.
I don't know. I mean,
You want to paint them black, John? Rolling Stones?
Look, we've been, I almost used a bad word.
I know, but
Messing around.
how much
you.
is the bid?
That's what he
40
wants to
was
do with
that
their doors. It's
42?
in the email I sent you. 41?
Been effing around with these.
I mean, if we're gonna pay $4,100 to have 2 doors painted, I want to make sure that we're not using
isn't it-
$10 bucket of paint.
Is this the same guy who made the doors?
Yes, well,
No.
same
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, yeah.
yes, so I make a motion that we hire this guy to refinish the doors one at a time, bordering them up in the safety of the town hall. And the trim.
Second.
You're not going to name them?
We already did make this motion to have him do it. So really what we need to do is decide on what we're gonna have put on it. That's the motion to make. Last week, we made a motion to hire him to do it.
Oh, we did?
Yes, we did.
We sure?
Well, we can do
I
it again.
retroactively vote no.
So we can, yeah, we did.
So you can vote to do it again, but this time add general
Yeah,
exterior
add the-
450.
Thank you. So just add that to your motion.
Add what?
The general exterior 450. 450.
Using the general exterior 450 system.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Favor? Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Opposed?
Let the record show.
Let the record show I'm opposed. Too much money for those doors. Taj Mahal of doors.
Well, we got the garage mahal at the other end of town. We might as well have the Taj Mahal of
Anything
doors.
else that you want to bring up?
That was the
aye.
most pressing, I think.
Better say it quick, Joe. She's
Oh.
going to start up again.
I don't want to cut off
You have an
Selectman
FYI
Dawson.
that you should know about, that Tuesday night at the planning board meeting, Tilton School came about the lights. It was a compliance hearing. So since they haven't resolved the issue of the lights with the resident up on Daniel,
Thought we had a deal.
the planning board continued the compliance hearing, and Mr. Salibas requested the second session in November.
Thought we had a deal.
She didn't.
We don't have a deal.
That he was going to go up there and meet with them.
Oh,
He
okay.
is in the
Well,
process.
This has happened
It's-
since I left.
It's in the process.
I see.
So
Okay.
there isn't a deal made, but I just wanted you to know where it was at.
Okay,
Okay.
should I update them in a non-public about the case?
Yeah, I would.
Make a motion, we go into non-public, RSA 91A:3,
Non-public.
personnel.
Yes. I mean, second.
Roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes.
45.
Yes.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
We're now back in session. I'd like to make a motion to seal the minutes of the non-public session as they pertain to personnel permanently.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to go home.
Second.
Adjourn.
All those in favor?
Yes. And good luck to Tom Brady and the Patriots tonight. Squish the pig.